Top of the morning, good afternoon, and hello to planet Earth. Dermot Butterley here, also known as the Celtic Coach. Welcome to your inspirational thought and question for the week. Now, the inspirational thought this week comes around service. I have different programs that I've done throughout the years, self-development programs, organization development programs. I run a program for coaches. And one of the things that comes up over and over again is service. Now, most people think of, at least the coaches that I train, think of service in the terms of give, free coaching, free content, free audios, videos, free. And then eventually they give up. And other people think of service in terms of, oh yeah, I've got to serve that person. I've got to put that person first. You know, the customer is always right. And I'm going to give you a new way to think about service. That's not client-centered or other-centered, but it's actually self-centered. Now, in our society, you know, being self-centered is not a good thing. Oh my God, they're very self-centered. They're very self-oriented. They're all into their self. Well, we do have a self, and it's hard to get away from that, especially when you look in the mirror. But I'm going to invite you to think about service as a way to focus on yourself. See, if you're not centered on well-being, if you're not centered on being balanced, if you're not centered on being centered and grounded in yourself, you can't serve anyone else. I see this all the time in the coaching industry. I saw it in LA when I worked in LA. There was a guy, I remember I was doing a play, and there was this guy that was part of the play, and there was a big theater in Hollywood, and he would forget his lines. He would come late to practice, and he was always kind of joking around, and you know, to try and sit him down and to do a scene with him was very difficult. I'm not sure how he got hired, but I said to him, how is it that you know, now I found out later that he was a very, very successful psychotherapist and had 4 businesses all around LA. And I remember sitting down and said, how is it you can be so successful in business and yet kind of be all over the place when it comes to, you know, showing up for yourself in this show? And jokingly, he said, oh, Dermot, I'm really good at fixing other people and focusing on other people. I'm not so good at focusing on myself. And I thought, there it is, that when we start to really look at ourselves and serve ourselves first, we can be more in alignment. We can be more healthy. We can be more secure in ourselves to serve other people. And so I'd like you to think of service not as a way of giving to others, but as service as a way of giving to yourself first. It's like the airplane analogy, you know, the oxygen mask comes down, and before the mother takes care of the baby, she puts on her own mask. And so you could think of service in that way. It's putting yourself first, and your needs and your wants and your musts and the different things that you need in order to be able to fill your cup up. If you walk around and the cup is down here at 20% and people are asking you to give 100%, you're going to be in the negative. And a lot of people that I worked with over the years, that's why they come to coaching, because they're in the negative. There's things that they're doing in their world that are not working. They're serving the desires and the hopes and the wants of their family, of their friends, of their community, of their spouses, but they're not serving themselves first. And so I'm going to encourage you for this week to think about service as a way of serving yourself first, putting yourself first. being a little more kinder to yourself, being a little bit more patient with yourself, being a little more gentle with yourself, serving yourself first before you serve the needs of others. Now, your question is really simple for the week. How can I serve myself this week? What's one thing that I can do that can be of service and in service to myself this week? It could be something simple as taking a walk. It could be simple as something you keep telling yourself, no, I don't have time to go take that walk, to do that exercise, take that yoga class, meditate for 5 minutes, listen to some good music, read a book, drink some tea. How can you serve yourself this week first? What's one thing that you could do to serve yourself this week? The service for most people is about others, and I'm going to invite you to serve yourself first. Now, for any and all coaches listening out there, we have a Q&A tomorrow, February 27, 2024, and you can come and ask any questions on the topic of 5 things you would absolutely need to know about coaching. We're going to do a little bit of training. You can come and ask questions about coaching. We're going to talk about service and the difference between service and selling. So feel free to come to that. Registration link is down below. Until next week, think big, have fun, and stay curious. Cheers.